Hey, what's up everybody? How's it going? We are back again with another King of Fighters 14 tutorial. This time we're covering Sie Kensou, one of my favorite characters in the game so far and for a long time in the series. Probably the freshest character in King of Fighters if you ask me, but we'll get to more of that later. Like I said, he's one of my favorite characters. And we can get into the tutorial. First we're gonna cover some of his basic stuff. We're gonna do his normals and then move into essential stuff to know with the character, combos and other things. But first let's talk a little bit about his backstory. So Kensou is a part of the Psycho Soldiers team, and that consists of him, Chin, Athena, Bao, and other unknown characters throughout the KOF series. Anyway, he was trained by Chin, a well-known psychic, and Chin also trained Athena. So he wanted to train the both of them for the possible apocalypse, or the worst case scenario of evil arriving, and he wanted them to defend against it. So originally they entered the King of Fighters tournament as a team to kind of prevent that from happening and to use it as a sort of training. So the King of Fighters to them, since they're psychics, is literally just training. It's not a huge deal. Like, these characters are very powerful, but they all seem like a joke. Like Athena's kind of like pop star joke, Chin is like drunken master-esque, and Kensou's like a joke character. He's meant to be funny, comedic, a teen, whatever, but very serious when it comes to fighting. So anyway, around King of Fighters 99, Kensou seemingly lost his psychic powers, so he wasn't able to do much cool stuff anymore. But then he got them back later. He's actually very infatuated with Athena and claims himself to be Athena's knight. So he always comes to her aid. He's always trying to help her out, and he wants to claim her heart, I guess. He follows her everywhere. Kensou is very much I wouldn't just call him a record character, because he has records, but it depends on the game, because in 13 he had records and now it's back to single moves. He's a cool character, and let's start with the tutorial. Let's get into his normal. Let's get into what his regular attacks are. So his basic attacks are standing A. It's like a short jab. It's not that far. We got standing B. We got stand C. You can see it moves him forward a bit. I kind of like dock him over there. Stand D. It's kind of a reaching kick. Has a good distance. It's kind of slow start up, but has a great distance. So it's pretty good. So that's A, B, C, and D. Then we got crouching A. Similar. Stand A, similar distance, a little shorter. Crouching B. It's very fast. Crouching is very fast as well. Crouch C. Kind of angles up. Like he's doing an air Kamehameha a little bit. And crouch D. So full on sweep. We got jump A. Hand angles down, uses like the palm of his hand in the back. Jump B. Standard air karate kick or kung fu kick. Jump C. He spins around and hits you with his elbow in midair. He's very agile. And jump C and jump D. It's like a kind of a high kick in there, kind of an axe kick or scissor kick. So those are his normals. Let's do his close normals. That's close A. Kind of a jab under. Close B. Kick to the shins. Close C. It's kind of a rising palm, something you see in Kung Fu a lot. By the way, his style of Kung Fu is northern Kung Fu, I believe Shaolin Kung Fu. And close D. Close D is like a arcing kick, like straight to the neck, angles up, very fast, very awesome. Alright. So this is close normals, covers grabs. Sorry. That's his forward grab. His forward grab throws you up in the air. And his back grab. So this is his grab with D. This is his grab with C. So special normals are forward A. Just kind of, he puts his palms down, hits over. This also hits overhead. And forward B. He does an angled kick up. Kind of a spinning kick. So that covers his normals and his grab, right? So let's get into his moveset. Let's check out what he's got to offer. So we got Ryu Hasu Hoshi, or Hosui, right? Ryu Hosui. Okay, so that's his forward grab. Tomoe Nage, that's his back grab. Kobokushi, the forward palm attack. Ko Sentai, the kick. Chokyuda, that is his fireball. Let's see, Ryugakusai, that is his I would say his uppercut kick. It's kind of like a spinning scissor kick that twirls in the air. Ryurenga Chi, that is his what would have been a rekka, but it's now just one attack that chains into 3 if it hits. If it doesn't hit, it just wins 1. Ryuso Geki, that is his fireball. It is the Reforce Arc. And Senkyutai. Senkyutai is his standing kick. It's a standing uppercut kick. It has a slow startup, but it arcs up. So let's get into those and check this out. So we've got fireball. This is the A version of the fireball. As you can see, it travels very slow. But one thing to note is the recovery time on Kensou's fireball. He's a fireball heavy character, similar to Athena. So it's very intense, right? So he recovers very quickly. You can chase those fireballs almost instantly after throwing. Even with the C version, you can pretty much get out quick. So you have a good window of doing something after you throw a fireball. So that's the A version's travel speed. B version travels a little faster. Okay. C version she travels a little faster. Right. And let's try EX. EX travels the fastest, and it has, I believe, the startup of C. So let's try the C version. That's how fast you start to walk after the C version. EX, it's about the same, but it travels way faster. Okay. So let's try EX version. Okay. AC and EX. EX is also a knockdown, but it's also juggleable, right? Next, we have his uppercut and kick, Senkyutai. So it moves him forward just a bit, and also hits twice, I believe, and it knocks opponents into the air. One cool property about it is that it has armor. So in that way, you can get some armor out of it. Actually, I had my my controller set to record. Hold on. That's better. Alright. It may not have armor projectile invincibility. So let's try this again. There you go. The armor is directly on starter. So it's directly on startup. Just remember that for using it as a reversal, or I guess using it as something else. If you see the attack incoming, then you can use that armor. Just good to know. So this is the B version of it. Knocks them up. This is the B version. Also juggleable. And let's try EX. So EX has much faster startup and about the same height for juggling. Let's see. So it's right up there. The D version goes a little bit higher. EX is about the same height as the D version. Cool. Alright. So the Chokyudan, it is a fireball on the ground, so it's like a fireball, but in the air, it's kind of a diving attack. Yusogeki. So from the air, he'll arc down and he will hit. So the A version is kind of a straight angle. It's kind of a smaller gap. C version has a wider gap. It covers more of the screen. So this is full screen A. See? So you get much better distance. You can also do it from backdash. That's good to know. So your backdash is depending on the characters. So some characters this doesn't work with anymore, and other characters it does. So it varies between them. So your backdash will count you as in an air state. So if you have any aerial moves with most characters that on backdash, if that backdash is a hop, then you will be able to activate that early. It's a good way to activate them early or in the corner. You know, you want to do things like that. Right? So let's try EX. EX travels very fast and about the same angle. I would say a little bit less of an angle than the C version, but about the same. It's very fast. So on hit, see? Faster? Yeah. So EX is multi-hit. Alright. So one good thing to remember. Actually, before we get into that, let's continue with moves. Next is his spiraling uppercut. Is a scissor uppercut. So Ryu Geksai, right? That is the C version of the move. Sorry, the B version. Very fast. It's an anti-air. It's a reversal. It's very fast. Also a juggle, combo continuer, starter, all that. Super fast stuff. Right? D version. Much higher, a little bit more startup, but it brings him forward a bit. So B version. D version. Right? EX. EX, the most forward angle, the highest arc, and it's very fast. So on hit, B version is 3 hits. D version is 4 hits. And the EX, 7 hits from the EX. Okay. So really high. So that should cover his moves, and now his last is his record. Okay. So that is the air vision. It brings him straight forward across the screen. That's the amount of distance it travels off hit. Like if it does not hit, then he'll stop before doing the rest of it. Okay. So he kind of hops. He wonders what the hell happened. It has quite a bit of recovery time if you do miss, so you can't just throw it out there. The C version goes into the air. So instead of going across the screen, it will go straight up into the air. Well, angled up into the air. Okay. And the EX. EX version does not angle as much as the C version. It's a little bit funny. On hit. See? EX. So these do hit from the ground, so you don't have to worry about this being aerial and this being aerial and not starting from the ground. That should cover his moves. So that's all his moves. Regular and EX. Let's get into the supers. The Shinryu Chokyudan, right? So it's the Dragon God Fireball and Shinryu Silrekka, right? So that is his kick. So kind of like his special Rekka turned into a super, right? Let's try those. So you got a fireball, a large fireball. It's a ball of psychic energy, so we'll call it a psycho ball, but not quite Athena's psycho ball. So that is the C version. The first version I was doing was A. So A travels fast. Light punch. Alright. The C version travels really fast. I wouldn't even say really fast compared to other super fireballs in the scene. I would say moderately fast. That's moderately fast. And EX is the fastest. So it travels faster. Still not quite as fast as really fast fireballs would go, but fast. Long startup, but it's fast. And now kick. So it's 10 hits. It's 193 damage. It's not that bad. And let's try the EX. So that's EX super or level 2 super. And that covers his supers. So now let's check out his Neomax or Climax. That is done with 2 half circle forwards and both kicks. So the Sessho Chinryu Shoha, right? Oh, Shirin Shoha. That is, it's not 2 half circles actually. You can do it with 2 quarter circles forward and both kicks. We'll do half circles. So let's try that out. You get the sweet animation. Right, and that covers his moves, his normals, his moves, his supers, and his climax. So now let's get into certain concepts and things to know, small bits of essentials and stuff you'll want to have for Kensou. So Kensou is a fireball heavy character. You're gonna wanna keep people at a certain distance. You can both play the zoning game and you can play a bit of the rushdown and mix-up game with Kensou because of his tool set and what he has available, right? So that fireball is your friend. Follow this fireball. Use it to your advantage. Run in. Check what people are gonna do. People are roll heavy in KOF. When players know about rolls and know about movement and how fireballs work in this game, actually a great video to check out is Juicebox's video on fireballs in this game. So I will probably link that as well. So you run and follow those fireballs. Check what people do. If they roll, you wanna make sure you roll again as well. You wanna make sure you're ready for those rolls. So be ready. You can do a lot. Okay? So be ready. You have time to react once they roll. If it's a roll, you can either grab. You can opt to grab. You can opt to reversal it. If they jump over your fireball, you can opt to reversal it because you recover quickly. Sorry. So you do have time. It is time. So make sure when you're throwing fireballs to keep an eye open for what the opponent does. Always watch your fireballs. Sometimes it'll be advised to run in to follow your fireballs. Sometimes you'll just want to throw them to see what people do. Sometimes you'll want to bait. Sometimes you'll want to throw your fireballs and be careful and just wait and see what happens if they recover with their own fireball. If you're fighting another fireball heavy character or a character with a projectile super, then sometimes you want to just throw your fireball and wait because they'll be waiting for your next fireball in order to counter you and throw a super as well, right? So keep that in mind and throw them sparingly and wisely. Always watch out for what those fireballs do. The fireball is kind of your backbone. The next thing you need to know for Kensou is essential fireball stuff. A lot of his stuff is cancelable, and it's special move cancelable, and that allows you to do fireball from a great deal of attacks. You can do it from stand C, you could do it from stand D, you could do it from crouch D, you could do it from close D, you can do it from crouch C. So you can also do it from stand D. So you know that your fireball is there to guide and kind of protect you and protect your body from attacks, and also protect you from follow-ups and leave the opponent in block stun. So when you block stun or hit stun for that matter, right? So when you're running up and you're doing close attacks and things like that, throw a fireball. Cancel 2 fireballs. Sometimes that is your best option. Also crouch stun. So know what you can cancel fireball from, you know when you can do it, and use that to your advantage. It's not necessarily for the combo, even though it can combo. A lot of it is for the protection, and it's for the control that you want during the match, right? So another thing you can do is against opponents, you know, sometimes block. They might block high, they might block low, they might block high. You know, so you want to mix that up, and you want to see what they're doing in between attacks. And while you're throwing fireballs, if they're not doing anything in between as far as offense and they're on the defense, that is what you want from Kensou, because you want to be able to throw your fireballs in peace, run in, guess where they're gonna attack and block, and keep them in this position right here. It gives you time to really assess what they're doing and try to put them in situations where you know how they're going to react, or they react the way you want to. So you're no longer reading, you're training your opponent at this point. He's blocking low, fireball. So cancel it from CD, like I mentioned. So you can cancel that from CD as well. Right? So mix it up in between attacks. Always watch your opponent. With Kensou, I can't stress it enough. Watch what people are doing when you're playing with Kensou. You should always be watching your opponent, but pay special attention, because that's where you're gonna land most of your stuff. Right? Next thing that is, I would say, essential to know is if you're going to use Yusogeki is very unsafe. It can be annoying, but it's mostly used in combos. But if you're going to use it outside of combos, you're going to use it to fish, you're going to use it to counter. Always remember that if you land this move mostly anywhere, mostly close, but sometimes from far, it will get wonky depending on how you hit. Like maybe say you hit a limb or something, you won't be able to catch this, but always keep an eye out, because you can uppercut after catching it from anywhere. So always remember that. That's essential. You don't want to ever lose out on that damage with Kensou. That's that extra bit of damage that goes a long way. So that's with A and C. If you catch it, most likely you'll get it. If it's a limb, then you have to pay attention and you might not get it. But if you're at a far distance, don't risk it, because, well, it depends. If it knocks them far away, you can get a little risky and maybe try to do it and see if it happens. But because you recover pretty fast from this B version. But don't worry, most of the time if you caught that, you'll get your own. Right? Another thing to note is fireball canceling. We got into that a bit, but your super fireball, this is actually useful in a couple of different ways. One way it's useful is just throwing it out there, throwing it to beat projectiles. I would say you would want to use the C version to beat other projectiles, but you have to be very early on the read, because it's not quite as fast as other projectile supers in this game. So if you're early enough on the read, you can use it to beat out other ones, but trust me, it has to be a hooked on phonics read, right? Using the slow version will bait out rolls. If you are good about reading people's rolls and you have an idea of when and how the person you're playing against likes to roll, then you can mix it up and kind of, you know, say Kensou is a good battery character, so usually he stocks meter very quick and he's able to retain meter. He doesn't take a lot of meter to always be doing damage, even though he does take meter to do damage. You know what I mean? So if you're throwing these out so far, you might catch a roll. If it's educated enough of a bait and a roll, you'll catch them. So if you say you had a match, you're throwing a couple of fast ones in there, the opponent's moving around, it's really annoying, you throw a slow one, he might be ready to react, he's just itching to roll, itching to get in and do some damage, especially after a while of just like pressure like this. You've been mad annoying, you've just been on it, pressure, you know, and you finally get that breathing room and you threw a super, then later on you throw you know, another super, you throw a solo. He's like, I'm definitely gonna roll past this. I'm not even gonna take the block damage. Little does he know, if he rolls too early and doesn't read and doesn't assess on your part, if you catch him slipping in any way, he'll get blown up by that super. It's not a crazy amount of damage, but it's good to throw out there sometimes. If you're smart with it, you'll get a high success rate, right? So his sweep is very fast, and the fact that he can run up on his fireball means that he has a lot of offensive potential very quickly. Standing here, you can play this fireball game, you can be annoying across the screen, wait for them to react and do something, but you can also play those fireballs as protection and just use those as a face to run up and do whatever you want. So you get a free pass a lot of times. The thing about Athena is she can throw fireballs, but she is relegated. If she's not teleporting, she's relegated to like staying to the corner and waiting to react. With Kensou, it's a whole different story. He goes from one side to the other side quickly. He's at any tip of the scale. So it shows a lot in his power. It says a lot about his characteristics. He's very comedic, but he's also very serious when it comes to fighting. Right? So use those fireballs, run up on them. As we discussed a little bit earlier, the armor is useful for like reads and stuff that you basically just see coming. Outside of that, a lot of his moves aren't very, like, I guess, movie. They're not very thrown out there. They're used in conjunction with others, right? So getting into his record, that is mostly for his combos. I don't even know if you can call it a record. So this you can cancel from, you know, just to end stuff. Say you gotta jump in the most simple stuff, like casting from C, casting from a jump in. You know, use it that way. Use it for confirmation. If you have no meter, you have no nothing, then that's your best bet. You know, just doing stuff like that, just ending it off. If it's early match, you know, you don't have anything to spend, then yeah, you can use that just fine. You can also just fine. You'll get the knockdown. You want to look for those knockdowns as well in this game. When people recovery roll in this game after knockdown, recovery roll allows them to get up extremely quick. So you know, it's quicker than just standing. It's like an ukemi. So when people ukemi, just, you know, throw a fireball, throw a soul fireball. It'll, if you time it right, it will meet them by their rise, right? Let's see if we can get a knockdown. Right? You know, so once you get that knockdown, you throw a fireball with good enough timing, and you'll be fine. That's with no quick rise. That's just hard knockdown into a rise, right? Right, so throwing a fireball. Oh, let's record that again, sorry. Right, so if I quick rise, sorry. See? I want to do that more mid-screen, so. Sorry. Right. So you see, I quick rise there, and that fireball is meeting me as soon as I quick rise. So that alone is pressure as well. So even if they quick rise or they lay down for the cause, just pay attention to what your opponent's doing with Kensou. Cause those situations where you are in the majority of control, right? So the next thing with Kensou is this overhead and this kick. While this kick outside of the corner is not very useful, I mean, ultimately you can still land combos from it. So I guess outside of the corner it is useful. You can, you know, do stuff like that, but you won't land the Ryusou Kiki. So it's pretty much cut off right there. But if you were to use this and Rekka, then you're gonna land it. So this is very situational. His forward B is like corner. I would say corner only, corner contextual, right? So what you're gonna want to do with that is make sure that when you're in the corner, you are landing it from stuff, whether it be from standing into other stuff or whatever you need to do. So essentially, remember this stuff. Remember stand C, forward A. You're gonna need that. Remember just raw forward A. If you've got pressure going, like let's start blocking again. So if you got pressure going, person's blocking, it's being really annoying, and you see that and you get your opening, that's a perfect time to run up and forward A, right? So you got a couple of these going, they're just blocking everything. Run up, forward A, that's your opening right there, you know? Right? So that should cover like the basic game of Kensou and how you want to understand what he does. So we also got into like little basic stuff. Let's go into just some quick basic combos to get you started on the road to like understanding Kensou. So his normals are very fast, like his close normals are very fast, so you're gonna use those. You're gonna use those to be annoying and cause problems. You're gonna want to KOF activate into max mode. So 2 crouching Bs into a stand B, and then activate will give you your max mode. And from there you can choose to do different things. If you want to activate, you're gonna activate and start from there, or you want to activate an EX fireball, which is very useful in the corner and other things. You can. So it's a good idea to do this. Also, we covered that a bit, but if you want to stand C and activate, you can do that raw, or you can stand C, forward A and activate. So watch out for those things as well. And you can do basic combos from there. So that'll give you a bit more of an idea and an overview of what's going on, right? The next thing to cover. Sorry, we did not. We always the CD. Why the CD? Gotta cover the CD, right? His CD is very strong in this game. It moves Kensou forward, right? And that attack is kind of like a wall. It's like a wall of fist, right? So when you hit that CD, you're sending them flying, and you have a nice air of protection. It starts up really quick, and it travels very fast, right? His jumping CD. His jumping CD is also very useful in this game. The only downside of his jump CD in particular is that it angles down, so opponents who do anything above you on a straight platform or higher will most likely beat you up. But that's what he has jump D for, right? So his CD, pretty much use it off the ground. You can also use it in the air, higher. You can use it right off the ground, right? It's really good, very fast. Even against a blocker, somebody's cross blocking, you can jump CD, and that alone is a lot of pressure. Very fast. Right? So the speed of this attack beats out almost anything under it, done with the right timing. Over, you're gonna have a different story. Your answer for attacks that are over you, it comes down really to one button. Because most of his aerial attacks angle down, jump D is your one go-to aerial attack that will beat out or meet air-to-air other attacks that are higher or on the same plane as you, right? So you're gonna want to use that. So anyway, CD. The important thing about a CD, one thing to remember, is to fireball after CD. Why? Because if you do catch that CD, it'll hit. If they do block it, then they'll be in block stun. So say they block a CD in the fireball, they're gonna have to deal with the fireball. They're gonna have to do something about that incoming fireball, right? Say you hit that CD and you fireball, that fireball will get a hit. You can continue and do other things from there. You can extend that, you get a hit, or you can do other things. So you hit the CD and the fireball is coming out. You have a great window of time to know that the fireball is gonna hit. You know it's gonna hit simply because your CD hit, and you're always doing it anyway because you do a fireball after your CD. There's no reason not to. The only reason I would say not to fireball after CD is if it's being baited and they guard cancel roll it, because your fireball will get blown up by GCR. So there's no reason not to throw that. Right. You can catch that CD. Right. So there's different attacks and opportunities you can get from that. That's 194 damage. It's a good 200, and it's because you caught a CD. So even if you were gonna like CD just as a reversal or CD just to get the muffy, just the fact that you caught it means that you got some damage. You know, if you're fast enough, you can get a sweep as well. We were getting into these basic combos and stuff to remember. So activating a combo, we covered a little bit. So if you want to do this activate, that's a basic Kensou combo. If you want to super from there, you can. You can cancel your super from the Rekka, but it has to be done, or from the auto Rekka, but it has to be done from the first hit. So once that first hit lands and his feet kind of are about to touch the ground, or actually do plant and hit the ground, cancel your super from there, and you will be able to land it. Right? So right before he hits the ground, we'll be able to get that. You can also cancel his Climax from that. So next, covering his crouch C to fireball. So crouch C and fireball into fireball super is a good punish. It's not something to just throw out there because obviously, like, you know, they'll block. So your opponent will block that, and there's no like 100% guaranteed way to know that you're gonna catch a run up crouch C. So it's very good for just a punish. Sorry. So it's very good as a punish, but not so much as just a practical fishing for super, right? The next thing we're gonna cover is a bit of a combo. So Kensou is very strong in the corner because a lot of his stuff juggles, like most characters in King Fighters. They're stronger and then they're more dangerous in the corner because of the juggle potential, right? So as I explained earlier, outside of the corner is forward B is not very effective. Like, you will be able to fix this attack. So, say you did a jump in. It's very risky whether or not you'll get it. But in the corner, it has a use. Right? In the corner, you can catch the Ryusogeki free. Right? And that alone allows you to be able to continue the combo from there, because it doesn't just end there. So you have a plethora of options that you can do from there. So if you jump in, right, you can't catch that. You can do good, right? That's right. I think EX Super might hit. Alright, so what you can do instead is, since your uppercut can hit, you can cancel your uppercut into super. Right? So that gives you 408 damage, that's not bad, and you only spent the meat. Right? So that's very useful. Also, to extend or continue combo, you can do other things. You can activate. So right? So that will give you this juggle. Right? So that's basically a launch into his first juggle. You can do a bunch of different things from there. You can just raw super. You can super again. You can uppercut, cancel the fireball super. You can even climax from there. Right? Sorry. So that's a quick guess to just end things. So you're the ender. You can catch fireball from here. Right? That's great damage. That's good combo. I want to see if I can cancel the ground record from the into super. Maybe it'll catch. That's there. You can cancel into Rekka. It's gonna be a little hard from the super because it's first hit, but if you get the timing, you will get it. So check it out. Let's try it. Let's do it right off that first one. I'm gonna try the input twice because I've been trying to do the input from using the first Rekka as a shortcut, or the auto Rekka as a shortcut. But let's try getting the super from there. Yeah, just do the input again. There's no shortcut. Right? So that will give you super. So yeah, it's good damage. All of that also can be ended or cancelled into his climax. Maybe we'll do it up for like 6 something damage. That's 606. Not bad at all. So yeah, that's basically Kensou stuff. We got activation. So remember, all those combos you can activate from. Oh, also in the corner, a quick tip to show you, really quick, just to close. If you were to activate in the corner and you do, say, 2 crouch Bs, a stand B, activate, and EX fireball, then you do have juggle potential from there as well that you wouldn't have normally. So that's good use to end things. It's a good way to just, you know, if you confirmed off of those crouch Bs, you're like, you're fishing, and you confirm with those, just finish it up. You can also just super. Alright, so that'll give you good damage. And there you go. That's a nice tip. So that should give you the basis and give you what you need to get started and have a great offensive and defensive Kensou in your life. Thanks for joining me for another tutorial. There will be more coming out soon. I hope this was really helpful. Thanks to everybody in the KOF group. Thanks to everybody from Dream Cancel and Orochinagi and all the local tournament scene and anybody supporting KOF 14. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and there'll be more stuff and information right down there. So I'll see you guys later, and thanks a lot.